Hey everyone, welcome back to another month of the Speak Up Link Up, hosted by Amber of Mr. Thomas and me and Annie over at What She Saw. I'm excited to be doing this again, to be vlogging. I think it's getting even more and more fun each time as I've kind of know what I'm doing. I've done it before. Not that it makes me any less random, but it's still fun. It's just fun to get in front of a video and to just be a face. Instead of just words. So yeah, I'm actually doing this late tonight. Just finished watching the Caps game. I'm a big hockey fan. I don't know if you've ever known that about me, but it's a fun fact. We lost, sadly, but I figured now is as good a time as any to go ahead and get this recorded. So this month's theme is truth, which I love. And I was actually looking up just quotes, kind of Googling quotes about truth, and really loved a lot of the things that I was finding and things that just kind of made me think about truth in a different way. There's one quote by an author I love, Timothy Keller. If you haven't read any of his books, they are incredible. They're really deep and really profound works about faith. And he had a quote that said, Jesus Christ doesn't just give us truths, he is the truth. And it goes on to say that he gives us these hard copy words from God, so the Bible, and they're truths in which we can build our lives. They're truths we have to submit to and truths we have to obey, but he himself is the truth. And I love that, because I think at the core of what I think about when I think about truth is that it's kind of like this ultimate thing that is just, it's undeniable and just, I don't know how else to say it, but that it's true. And that's something that I've always kind of been a person that I've always dealt with more with blacks and whites and rights and wrongs, and this is true and this is false. And that's something that it's very clear to me that I fully believe that the Bible is true, 100% true. That's has been proven, and to be reliable and to be faithful and to be consistent. And that's been something that I've always really had no problem kind of accepting. But the thing that's interesting about it being true and about believing that it's true, that's not something that's just makes it easy to take or to digest or to handle. I think it's the saying that there are truths we have to submit to and truths we have to obey. That's not easy. That's not fun to read some of the truths in the Bible, because what that does is reveal things in me that are equally true, and are not at all pretty. I think I read things in Scripture and am really convicted a lot of times by the truth that brings up in my own heart or my own life, or the truths about the reality of what my life or faith looks like compared to what the Bible is saying to be true, and just the difference between how I'm living and how I should be living, or how I'm acting and how I should be acting, or what the Lord is inviting me into and actually what I'm choosing instead. There was another quote by Emily Dickinson in part of one of her poems. It said, "The truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind." And I really like that. I think that I found that to be true in my faith journey, that there's a lot of things that I have really walked through over longer periods of time or longer seasons that are really hard truths that I think they would have completely blinded me had it been revealed to me in the very beginning of here, Rachel, this is all the true brokenness of your life and your heart. If that had all been thrown right at me in this huge reveal, I think I would have absolutely been what this quote says. I would have been totally blind by that. But the beautiful thing about faith and the way the Lord works, I think it's a gradual revealing that there are things that, yes, the Bible I believe is absolutely true, but it's still, I've been alive for 22 years and I'm still working through processing those truths and digesting them and really wrestling with them, learning through them, growing through them, being humbled by them, being challenged by them, being convicted by them. And that's been a really gradual process that will never stop. Till the day I die, I'm going to be wrestling with these truths and wrestling with the truths about what that means for me, and the really ugly stuff that brings up in me of, I'm not very patient of a person. I'm not very compassionate. That's something that I struggle with. Or, the Bible is very clear on, go and make disciples of every nation. Am I doing that? Am I living my life as an example? Am I choosing to actually go and share the gospel and share my faith, or am I choosing to keep that inside? There's so many different ways that I wrestle with that and I'm struggling through that. Here's this truth that has been given to me, this, these hard copy words from God, and then here's the truth about my life, and where do those match up? So I think that's kind of where I'm at with truth right now, of knowing for me that the gospel is undeniably, irrefutably 100% true. And what does that mean for me? What does that mean for my life? What does that also say about what's true for me? And how do I journey through that and journey into more and more transparency with the Lord, and more vulnerability, and more of this just transforming process that He is making me into this new creation, that all the old will be gone and the new will come, and it'll be a glorious thing. And I'm seeing that day by day as I walk with Him, that He is giving me these truths to build my life on, and He's shaping me as I obey them, and as I submit to them, and as I just learn them and dive into them and really live them out, that His truth is proven trustworthy and reliable. Yeah. So I think that's kind of, ramblings on truth from, Thursday at 11 p.m. I can't really say that made a whole lot of sense. Hopefully something was meaningful out of that. But yeah, I'm really excited just to hear some of your comments and everyone else that's linking up. I love being able to just go check out your videos and get to know new faces, and just hear other people's thoughts on this topic. It's been fun to do every month. So yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to being back the first Friday of April as well with a new topic. I'm excited to see what that will be. And yeah, thanks for listening to all my ramblings on truth.